Now then, I've got here, before we come on to you, Pear, and what you've got for me, I've got for you first internationals. The memory of the first time you lifted internationally. So, right. Why don't one of you fucking start?
Yeah, I'll go. On my 16th birthday, I lifted for GB in Malta, which is quite cool. And that was my second competition ever. So that was a bit of a step up. So a bit of background of the comp. It was a development sort of meet. So GB would take their up-and-coming lifters. They'd pick a male and female from youth, junior, and under 23, I think. It was called the Malta International Cup or something.
Yep. With Jesmond. Hello, Jesmond.
Yeah. So I went out there, and I believed I snatched PB of 95, and I clean and jerked 116.
In your first international comp.
Yeah, I was bricking it.
Yeah.
Nothing can compare the feeling. You're on a plane, you're in a GB tracksuit, there's an old lady coming up to you saying, "You're going out to run the 800 metres. No, I'm not. I'm a weightlifter. No one believed me, obviously. I was only
16 and twink.
I was very twink then, probably like 64 kilos. 16. But the elation that you feel when they say your names, it would be Michael Farmer, then Great Britain. That's the stuff that gives you goosebumps. That's the stuff that'll keep you awake at night and send you very peacefully to sleep. That's a good dream.
That is nice.
Yeah. What did you do in the comp, Mike? What did it go 4 for, 2 for, 6 for, 3 for?
It was a make, miss, make, and it was a make, miss, make. 4 for 6.
4 for.
4 for.
All right.
Solid.
Take that on your first one.
Yeah, 100%.
Lovely. PBs on the comp.
Second ever comp.
Yeah. First comp was in the Welsh schools.
Welsh schools, Haverfordwest, then Malta.
On GB Vest.
G-Vest, yeah.
That's a very unusual pathway to Great British Vest, isn't it?
It don't always go like that.
No, it does not.
Don't expect that to happen.
I actually took Jordan's place.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You had a wrist injury.
I had a wrist injury, and just a bit of background. We've got a lot of family in Malta as well.
That's true.
And
yeah, my dad.
Well, they
flew out.
Flew out. So,
yeah. Fuck.
My grandpa and Nana Carol flew out, and all my cousins and uncles and aunties and all that were going to this competition, and then I hurt my wrist maybe 3 weeks before, and
couldn't go.
They still went out on the jolly, but it was like, oh fuck, it was
yeah.
You know, it was all lined up, it was all set in stone when it was like my first GB event in front of all my Maltese family.
Yeah,
and it was it wasn't meant to be, and it set Mike up.
But you're Maltese as well, Mike.
Yeah, down the bloodline, there's a bit of Maltese there.
Lovely.
Which is funny. It's very apt that me and Jordan and yourself has come together.
Yeah.
Basically family.
Yeah.
Blood.
All blood. Yeah. So.
Bit of a reach.
It's all right. I'll take it. Now, Jord, your first international comp. Where was that?
That was in Lochen, Austria. At the junior battle for Wales in 2014.
Yep, 2014.
Yep, we both went out there, and that was an incredible experience in itself. You know, what sticks out for me in that competition was the actual competition itself and how different it was to comps over here. There was an elevated platform and then loads of like rows of tables and steins, and it was a very rowdy crowd. They talk whilst you're lifting. They bang their beers on the table as you're lifting, and it was just quite hostile and rough. It was very akin to like darts or beer keller festivals and things like that. It was just like
constant volume, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, the MC had to tell people to be quiet through the lifts, and it was just like, you know, the typical sterile environment that you're used to in the UK. It was the antithesis of that over there. And as a 14-year-old kid going out there lifting for the first time, it was just like, this is mad.
Yeah.
You know, all I remember of that competition, it was a very good snatch day. So we hit 85 opener, 90 on the second, 95 on the third.
Yeah.
3 for 3. And my hands were ripped to shreds. So we had to tape up my hands.
Like today.
Yeah. Wow. And then we had to tape them all up and go out there for the clean and jerks.
We actually got refereed by the tape, but
Yeah,
you know,
because we had tape that sort of went from the hand to the arm. Have we got?
something going on? Oh, hang on.
Can we pause?
Fucking hell.
Can we pause?
Right, I'm not pausing. Right, something's going on. Something's by the gate. Suki, earn your fucking keep and get out there. Be a German Shepherd. No. Right. What on earth is going on?
No, it was the noise in the gate.
There we are. Well, it seems to be... Fuck me. What was it, George? Tom Jolly. Right. So, look at that.
There was this big fella out there, right? And he was 6'9". I just basically squared up to him like that.
Thanks, Joe.
And
Well
it's
done.
dramatic.
There we are. Lovely.
Well done, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Move that out. Give me the And We're Back music, Nick.
Ba-na-na-na.
And we're back. So, we were in Lochen.
Yeah.
And we were with the Steins. We were with the rowdiness. We just talked about your hands and the tape.
Yeah.
And we wrapped the tape so much around your hand and your wrist. And they said, no, you have to cut it. It's got to be clear from the wrist to the hand.
Yeah.
It can't be all in one piece, wasn't it?
So we had to basically separate the tape from the wrist.
Just cut
from
that
the
off.
hand and continue.
I think you hit, was it 15, 20?
15, 20, missed 25.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was 5 for 6. It was a gold medal.
Gold medal.
They played the anthem,
Fuck.
which was
And the flag.
And
It
the
was
flag.
fucking nuts. They had the flag rising and the anthem. It was just bonkers, wasn't it?
mental, absolutely mental.
How old were you?
14. So you know your first exposure to
Yeah.
an international event to be that very inspiring, and it's just something that sticks in you. You know, it just gives you a taste for what's to come, and you don't necessarily know it then when you're 14 because you're very placid anyway as a kid. But you reflect on those moments and think, yeah, that's what sort of gave me the bug and gave me.
Yeah, I think so.
All of the intentions to continue, and just having, you know, there's a photo I've still got at home of me sat in the back room with Jordan Sakis Gold Wales written on the chalkboard that I think Bacon and Josh Davis wrote.
That's right. Josh Davis is next to you, sat there.
Is that the photo that's in the gym?
Yes, the photos in the gym, and Geordie sat there all focused up. The tape is everywhere. You know, the fucking, you can't see the blood, but the blood's there. Josh is next to him. Fucking Bacon's in the same fucking room, and they've fucking written on the board there.
Yeah, and it was, you know, it's like going to those competitions, and weightlifting was still very much growing in Wales at that point, but to go there with Bacon and Josh and like these senior athletes who in my eyes then were, you know, very inspiring people, very interesting people, just being around people that you're not necessarily used to day in the gym.
Katrin was there as well, wasn't she, for her first comp?
Yeah, Katrin's first comp. So, I mean, Katrin and I have pretty much mirrored, or bar, she's been far more successful than I. But we've gone through a very similar pathway in terms of our, you know, because Dave was there as well.
Yeah, Dave was there.
That was our first meeting with them too. So it was a lovely experience, and
it was,
and very unforgettable.
Yeah, I agree. And it was my first international coaching duty as well, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was boiling hot, and I remember the butcher. Remember
Yeah,
going there, the
yeah, the
butchers?
butchers.
Fucking the butcher. We just had plates of sausage and sauerkraut because we arrived there and the whole town was closed. You couldn't get you couldn't get anything to eat. And we got there, we were fucking hungry, and the whole fucking town was closed.
Yeah.
Everything wouldn't open, and we had that chicken and fucking chips in the hotel, and that was just adequate. God bless him. But it was a brilliant experience, wasn't it? And we almost missed the flight on the way back, and so many stories that may never be told happened on that trip. So your first international competitions, the pair of you. So young lifters, you're out there, you're training, you're applying yourselves, you're listening to your coaches, you're competing, you're putting the work in, being consistent, and this is what it's for. That first moment you get selected for your nation, your country, you put on the vest and you fly to a foreign land and represent your country and lift and win gold. And where did you place, Mike, in that?
Fourth, I think.
Fourth. I had a fucking lifetime best and all the rest of it. That's what it's all about. Put the training in and be patient and all the success will come. Right.